Hey, how's it going? Hey, Tankor Finland. Shout out to Finland. You've been a member for 47 months in a row. That's pretty insane. That's pretty crazy. I am gonna play the egg rolling game. If anybody wants to hang out, you're free to. I'd also be down to play Skyrim. We could do Skyrim too. What up, Kick Chat? Coffins. Hey Coffins, I haven't talked to you in a little while. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna play this eggnog game.
rum dot red 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 rum dot.
You know, that was the farthest I'd ever been in the game. I've never been that far. Right when Egfa Yun or whatever started doing that shit, that was the furthest I'd ever been.
Cameron!
never been this high up in the game before. This is awesome. I've never been here. I just did that. So tough. That's so tough. Shit, eh? So tough, man. It's what it is. It's what it is, though, you know? That's okay. That's good. It's okay. All good, you know, all good. All good. It's a hard one, that game. You know? I want to just beat it so bad, but it's so tough. It's so tough. Oh man. It's so tough, dude. Am I hatching? No.
We are going to make our country great again.
Bad omen awaits your egg venture, wise old man. Please make sure to have your nappy and applesauce be ready. Kau the wee CopperCab has his green egg venturing around egg, but legend has it he stuck the egg in his butt and it turned mutant green.
Wow. That was really good. That was a good one. That was a good one, man. I look exhausted? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. What is it with the Indians and cow shit? Genuinely asking. I'm not even being like racist or anything. I'm like, is there something going on? Like, why do I keep seeing this on social media? Something about cow dung? Dung is shit. It's shit. It's cow shit. What is that about over in India? Is there like something with cow shit over there? Is there like an epidemic? I don't. Why do I keep seeing this on my timeline? What is that about? What the fuck is cow shit? Cow shit? Like, what the fuck? Oh. Cows are sacred for a lot of Hindus in India? Yeah, but what does that have to do with shit? What does that have to do with poop? I don't get the furry thing either, man. Like, I like animals, but I don't want to be one. You know, I don't want to be a furry. I don't want to be an animal. Why can't people just be the way they're born? Like, why can't you just be a person? You know, everyone wants to go from, like, human to animal, man to woman, like, man to, or woman to something, you know, no gender. Like, everyone's always trying to be something different. What is that about? Oh, I want to be an android. I want to be a fucking robot. I want to, like Cyberpunk. I want to get like robotic legs. Like I want to. Everyone's always trying to like break free out of their human shell. That about. Just be like a person, bro. Why does everyone's bio gotta have like 13 fucking identifiers and categories? It's like we're giving ourselves tags like a YouTube video. Like, what the fuck is that about, bro? People are weird. People are fucking weird, bro. That new Markiplier movie looks terrible. I watched the trailer. It looks so just mid. No offense to Markiplier. I'm sure making a movie is hard. And, like, that's awesome. I'm proud to see a YouTuber doing a movie. Like, directing a whole movie that's in theaters. Pretty cool. That's awesome for the culture. But, like, so I'm not being, like, a hater. But, objectively, the trailer didn't appeal to me. It looked really bad. And I like horror movies. It's really bad. What, you're in a fucking submarine the whole time? Like, what? Oh, it's claustrophobic. Like, well, I'm not claustrophobic. Not really. Not typically. And, it's just gonna be a movie in a fucking submarine. Like, you know another horror movie that was really shit? Spoiler alert for Good Boy. The horror movie that was, you know, from the perspective of a dog. And the owner's meant to be, like, haunted or something. Oh. Shit movie. What a terrible movie. Great execution as far as, like, seeing it from the dog's perspective. It was shot really well. But the story was so bad. The writing was so bad. It wasn't scary at all. Had, like, maybe one jump scare, if. Not that I'm, like, saying, oh, jump scares are what makes something horror. Actually, far from it. I think jump scares are incredibly cheap. And, cheap. Like, and lame. And they're not really fun. They're not really scary. I like Haunting of Hill House was a truly scary show. Like, it was, like, creepy. Spooky. Not just like, oh, you know, so stupid. Jump scare, oh. That's not, jump scares are not scary. A jump scare is not scary. A jump scare is startling. There's a difference between being startled and scared. You can be startled, and then 5 seconds later, you'll come down from the adrenaline of being startled. But that's not scary. Like, oh no. Oh, something popped out of nowhere. Oh, I got so scared, I got so startled. Like, it's so cheap. You're just catching someone off guard. Like, there's no art to it. There's legit no art to jump scares. There is no artwork. It's just cheap. And you always know when one's gonna be coming. Like, okay. I'm not Queso. I've never watched a single Queso video or stream. Not one. I know really nothing about Queso. I just know that he's like, from my perspective, from what I know of him, that he's apparently fat. He's I think a ginger.
It's pork o'clock, Aubrey.
Is he a ginger? Is Queso a ginger? What does Queso actually look like? Let me look him up. Is he like an actual redhead? Okay. Okay, so best clips of 2024.
Queso was in a car alone.
Will, sir, maybe you step out of the car and we see if you've been drinking.
And the final survey says that's a win.
Nah! Find this dude and ban him from the stream now! Mount Everest is under...
Right on. Right on. Yeah. I think I've been blacklisted from a lot of YouTube type stuff and like growth and stuff because of the transgender thing with Claire and my association with Gavin McInnes and kind of far right spheres and stuff like that. Yeah. They tried to ban my YouTube channel. I'd never gotten a single strike. Completely clean. And they just deleted my channel one day. And it took the entirety of YouTube and Twitter. Mutahar, me Mutahar, you know, Some Ordinary Gamers, H3H3, iDubbbz. So like I said, Mutahar. I think maybe Asmongold tweeted about it, if I'm not mistaken. But it took like everyone, Bearing even. Gavin McInnes even. All my Rotten Eggs and Class Clowns even. And everyone, Tommy C, everyone brought it up. Everyone bitched about it, about me being banned. They're like, he's done nothing wrong. He's a pillar of the community. Without people like CopperCab, the OGs, we wouldn't have YouTube the way we have it today. You know, we're like kind of like trailblazers. Like, how could you do this to CopperCab? He's one of the OGs. I'm not. Like, this is what they were all saying. And like, that's all very sweet and kind. And I really appreciate that. That was, I'd never felt more like a part of like YouTube. I'm a feminist who's had women being treated unfairly. I never felt more like a part of the community until I saw the community that I thought either A, forgot me, or like, not forgot me, but like, you do other things, new things come and go. But like, I've never felt so like embraced. I think that's the word. I've never felt so embraced by YouTube as a whole. Like, when I say the whole, I mean like the community of like other big YouTubers. Because when I first went viral, and like all the other stuff that's on, like with trans and everything else, it's usually I'm fighting with people. I'm like usually fighting with someone. And that's not because I'm an asshole, but I don't know. I stand up for myself, and people online are trolls, even big YouTubers like Bearing and Gavin and Ray William Johnson, to go even further back. And so I've always been like kind of beefing with people, and I've been the butt of the joke a lot of times. People try to make me the butt of the joke. And so I've kind of been like softly bullied by even other YouTubers. And like, oh, let me tell you about this one CopperCab guy, man. He's so goofy. oh man, he's so goofy, he's so weird. You know, like commentary channels and stuff like that. And I've never had YouTubers, especially big ones, come to my defense. Like friends of mine would come to my defense in a fight, and it felt really good to I felt so appreciated and I felt so valued as a content creator, as a YouTuber, and as a part of kind of like YouTube culture. I'd never felt so valued by others like of my I mean, I felt valued my whole life. I've got a very high self-esteem. I've got a great self-esteem. I've got a great self-image. I don't derive personal value from like anything I've done online or in entertainment, I guess you want to call that, like Hollywood TV and all that. I've never derived my personal self-worth from internet-related stuff or like being a meme or a legend, quote unquote. You know, ooh, legend. I've never done that. I think that's a silly thing to do, and I always value like my self-worth on like offline type stuff and like things that I you know, how I make people feel like good, like family members and friends, like IRL. And I don't know. I don't really think about my self-worth that much. I don't really I don't know where I derived my self-worth from. I was just raised really well. My Meemaw, of course, Meemaw raised me, and my mom and dad raised me before her, but you know, they departed rather early. But I was always raised with just a boatload of confidence. Perhaps at some points it was unearned. But now I feel like I've earned a lot of my confidence because of the cool things I've done, you know, at such a young age and going on and going forward. But like, I have a healthy ego. So, and I think I'm handsome. I think this and that. But anyway, the whole fame stuff doesn't really matter to me. But like, I've just never felt so embraced, and that did feel good. I'd be lying if I said it didn't, or if I didn't. If I said I didn't care, obviously I'd be lying. Like, I was crying when I lost my YouTube channel. If you'd invested so much time and energy in something and someone just like ripped it from you for no reason at all, out of nowhere, for no reason, no explanation, you would be devastated too. I was devastated when my channel got deleted, and it just felt really nice to be embraced by the YouTube community like that. I had so many big channels, and people, big and small, it doesn't matter how big of your channel you were, but like so many people were like calling me a legend, rushing to my defense, saying, YouTube, how could you? This is like one of the pillars of, like, you know, they kept calling me a pillar of the YouTube community, the culture, which I thought was a big compliment, and I felt very, you know, honored, and I guess really the word is humbled. I felt very humbled. I was like, whoa, okay. You know, as healthy of an ego as I have, I wouldn't be rushing to say all this stuff about me, and it felt really nice to hear it from other people, sincerely, who were upset about me being banned. Even if they don't watch my channel often, they got upset at the idea that CopperCab could get banned. I was like, wow, I didn't think y'all cared. That's really cool. Because, you know, the way people have always hated on me, you would think that if something happened to my channel, most people would be like, oh, tough shit, that's CopperCab. Serves you right for this, or serves you right for that, or ha 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 ha, Fat Ginger had it coming, fuck him. Now YouTube's a better place now that he's off of the website. Because I have that not chip on my shoulder. It's not that I have something. It's like I just think that that's how people sometimes act for some reason. Even though I don't attack anyone, I'm not a groomer or a pedo. I'm not like a bad person. I'm not a grifter. Even though people call me that sometimes, I just stream and whatever. But like, whatever. I'm not doing crypto rug pulls like Hawk Tua. They begged me. I could show you like literally like countless thousands of DMs on Twitter of different crypto companies trying to, so many messages from different people. I can't count on a number of hands how many people have messaged me, serious messages and offers trying to get me to do a Gingers Have Soul token, because there's a popular crypto coin called a Solana, SOLANA, and they wanted me to do Gingers Have Soul, SOL, because that's the shortened version for Solana, like BTC is for Bitcoin. So they wanted me to do a Gingers Have Soul, you know, get the Soul coins. and stupid shit like that. And I told them all, I made a whole public tweet. I said, y'all can all fuck off. I'm not doing that. I did make NFTs, but I only made them for myself. I made them for myself. I didn't sell any NFTs. I've never sold a single NFT. I made a handful of them just because I wanted to have my own stuff on the blockchain, on the Bitcoin or Ethereum blockchain. Because I thought it was a neat technology, but I wasn't like a crypto bro. But like anyway, the point is I've never done anything weird or bad or like publicly bad. Like, you know, the trans thing, people think it was a troll, but like it really was just me being confused. You can believe me or not, I really don't care. But I think YouTube thinks that I was trolling. And YouTube had put me on, like, when that happened, they, like, boosted my channel. And they promoted my channel when I came out as trans. Take from that what you will. Like, were they promoting the trans thing? Or, like, the narrative? I don't know. Or, like, an agenda? I don't know. And I'm not saying they were or they weren't. I'm just saying, like, it leaves me a little bit dubious of YouTube. Like, I've talked about gingers ad nauseum, and where's the top 10 ginger creators list? Okay. They had me on the front page of YouTube in 2017, 2016, because I came out as trans. Like, in retrospect, that strike, and I trust me, I'm like as woke as a lot of people. Oh, woke. Oh, I'm so, you know, I've been called woke, social justice warrior ad nauseum. I don't care. I'm certainly not like some far right transphobe or some shit. But my point is like they promoted me so out of nowhere with such little information. It was I just came out as trans, and it was like, no way, CopperCab, classic YouTuber, he's trans too. Let's put him on the front page. Like, makes me a little cynical. You know, as social justicey as I am, that made me feel a little bit odd. Like, well, why can't y'all stand up for gingers too? You have redhead kids literally hurting themselves. I'll just say that, harming it. There have been redheaded kids that have taken their own lives. I don't want to really get onto the suicide subject, but it's been a real problem. And you've had ginger kids that have literally killed themselves because they've been bullied for being redheads. It's a real issue. You might not want to believe that, but it's true. It's a real issue. It's a very real, serious issue. And bullying in general is horrible. But you know, when you're born a redhead, you cannot choose this. You're literally born this way. You are literally born a redhead. You're born a ginger. And imagine being like an introvert, born a ginger. You cannot hide it. It stands out. You're rarer. Your hair is like bright red or ginger. And you want to be like kind of to yourself and left alone. And people are going to make comments to you. It's going to be really rough, especially if you're an introvert. So that's like a bit of an issue. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, like, they never put me on like the front page to promote ginger rights. But I think so. Anyway, moving on. I think, but rest in peace to all of those who have lost their lives, to suicide or by other means as well. Rest in peace to everyone who's passed away. And shout out to all the gingers, even though a lot of them for some reason don't want to accept me. Even though I helped them get emojis, literally, that you can. It's all online still. The history is online. People talked about it. I did articles and interviews, and I fought for us to get representation. As silly as that might sound to you, that does mean something. Having every other kind of emoji: black hair, blonde hair, brown hair, but there was never a redheaded one. The closest thing we had was literally an orangutan. Okay. Like, they're adding Dr. Stethoscope emojis, and they're adding like Chinese noodle, like little tongs or whatever, but they can't add a redhead. And so I bitched about it. I helped us get that. I raised awareness to the ginger thing, gingerism, but yeah. Anyway, I think YouTube banned me because of my association with some of these like right-wing associations. Maybe they thought that I was trolling them. And so the reason I bring up the trans thing and them putting me on the front page is I think maybe YouTube felt embarrassed. The employees there that put me on the front page and promoted me, just for me to turn around 6 months later and stop doing the declare thing. Because I was just confused, but they, you know, I guess pardon the pun, we just played an egg game, but maybe they had like egg on their face, or they thought that they had egg on their face, and I trolled them or something. And so I think I got like blacklisted. And so, yeah. But again, I know it sounds so kind of cliche, but I am a victim of being misunderstood. I've been misunderstood since the very, very, very beginning. I've been misunderstood before I came to YouTube. But then after I came to YouTube, I became quote unquote famous, and then everyone misunderstands me because a lot of people think that I'm acting. I'm not. A lot of people think that I stream for this or that. Not the case. I'm just always being misunderstood. And so I just accepted it over time, and I just stopped kind of bringing it up. I stopped fighting. I stopped making videos, blah, blah. I make less and less YouTube videos now. Now I don't even really make any at all. Kind of left the platform other than streaming. Yeah, so... Anyway. But, Queso and I may have some similarities, but I don't have anything against Queso. I'm not jealous of Queso's success. I've had tons of my own. And, I'll never be like that one little person who was in the Game of Thrones? The guy who plays, he's the dwarf in Game of Thrones. Well, there's been a lot that have come out. There's been a lot that has come out about him stopping other dwarf actors from getting roles, because it's like he wants to be the only famous dwarf in Hollywood. Like he wants all the glory or some shit. Like a lot of little people and actors and like even other famous dwarfs will say that about him. I can't think of his name. It's a wrestler, like a Hall of Fame wrestler. He's a dwarf. But he can't stand the guy because he was like bitching at Disney about the Snow White movie that came out with I think the one black chick, with the white set eyes or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Anyway, but they made the little dwarves, the 7 dwarves CGI. They could have just been dwarf actors. And they could have all gotten money. They could have helped a lot of people, fed a lot of people, and he like bitched about it and saying that it was racist. But wasn't he the same guy that was in the movie Elf with Will Ferrell? So he didn't complain when he got that paycheck. But now that he's very wealthy and a millionaire and a famous actor, and he can choose his roles and he has that privilege, he like wants to close the door on the way out. Like it's like you break a glass ceiling and then you just build a steel one beneath you so that people can't follow you. You want to trailblaze, then you trailblaze, but then you put out the fire behind you so the people following that could follow in your footsteps, people like you, can't find their path. They can't follow your path. So a lot of people have called me a trailblazer with YouTube stuff, certain YouTube things, and I've influenced a lot of people. Like I would never like say Queso was inspired by me in some way, and I'm sure he knows of me. I'm a redhead. I'm YouTube, legend, whatever. But like, I have nothing against Queso. I have nothing but, I don't know. I don't have positive things either. It's just like, okay, he's another redhead, and he's like heavy set. He's chubby, like he's got a beard. Cool. It doesn't mean that we're the same person. I'm not jealous of him at all. I think that that's awesome. In fact, I'm glad that he's doing very well, and it's cool that there's more redhead representation. I think that that's an awesome thing. It'd be like becoming the first famous rapper or something, and being like, okay, there can't be any more. That doesn't build a culture. That doesn't behoove you. Ultimately, it makes you look like a jackass, and it also stifles growth. And so I think that I would like if more ginger guys and women would become like big. Felicia Day was a redheaded internet icon or figure before I was around. She's a beautiful redheaded woman. She was a part of a show, Drop a Woman One. If you remember this is an old reference, but maybe some of you might remember The Guild. If anyone remembers The Guild, I loved The Guild growing up, and it was like a web series, and it was about these people that were kind of like playing like a WoW type game. They were like playing like an MMO RPG, like a whatever, and they all had but they knew each other online, but not offline. So they only knew each other from their avatars. But then in the guild, they all came together, and they in real life, and started like their lives kind of converged, and it was like almost like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It was very much like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meets like anonymous, like friends that are just like friends online. Back when you didn't have your name and your profile picture as you, people actually had internet handles, and they didn't show their face. That used to be the weird thing. It would be considered very weird and taboo to put your actual face as your profile picture or your real name as your handle. Like, everyone knows each other now, and it's weird if you're like anonymous. Oh, what are you, a hacker? You're anonymous. Why are you anonymous? Oh, it's so weird. It's really not. It's just become the social norm, and it's become socially acceptable because of things like Facebook and stuff and Instagram. But yeah, no, the guild was incredible. So shout out to Felicia Day. She actually held up a sign recently that said "Gingers do have souls," and she referenced me, which was pretty cool. So yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, like, he's cool to be doing that, to be streaming and like to be successful. I'm glad that he's doing well. I really, really am. And he's apparently very funny. I don't really I don't try to be funny. And maybe he doesn't either. That's pretty cool. It's just the reason I bring it up is so many people try to call me queso over and over and over. Like, that's gonna bother me. It doesn't. I am liking Kick though. Kick is cool. I think it'll be nice if I can, like, if I'm gonna try to grow something new online, as far as like a social media channel. Exactly, yeah. Don't pull the ladder up behind you. Exactly. I would never want to pull the ladder up behind me. Like, a lot of YouTube channels or YouTubers don't last that long. I'm very honored and like proud to have done over a decade on YouTube. Now I'm on 15, going on 16 years. And I've still had a lot of success, and my videos still get re-uploaded and stuff. But, like, I mean, like, new content. I don't obviously make any new videos, really. I could. My channel's not really completely dead. Some of my newer videos got like 30, 40K views. So that's not nothing. I don't really take advantage of, like, TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and vertical streams do a lot better than, like, horizontal like this. When you stream vertically, for some reason, the people that swipe, you are like way more likely to get thousands of live viewers for like nothing. And so that's a great way to promote your channel. There's tons of ways to grow on the internet, and I'm not stupid. I'm very privy to a lot of these ways, but I'm so content. And like, I'm not like saying I'm too cool for school, but I just don't care to do all that. I don't really chase those kinds of things, and that's okay. But yeah, so like, I'm not like active like that. Queso is. He's hustling, and he's enjoying his success right now, and that's really cool. So like, fair play. That's fucking awesome. And good for him. It's incredible. And I'm glad that we've got a redhead, in that position. I'm glad that we have a ginger streamer like that that's doing really well alongside the likes of like a Speed or a Drewski or like Aiden Ross. You know, I'm glad that we've got like a Ginger and a bearded one too. That's pretty cool. So, you know, people call me Queso. It's not a big deal, and I get it. They're gonna just try to fuck with me, but you know, spoiler alert, it doesn't at all. I just easily ignore the comments, but yeah, I just thought that I would address that because I get them a lot, so I don't get bothered by that. Anyone thinking about getting the Steam Frames, the new VR headset from Valve? 111 in the live chat if you are thinking about getting a Steam Frame VR headset. Or maybe a Quest 3. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas. Drop a 111 if you're going to get one of those. Skype is dead? Skype is dead. Skype isn't even a thing anymore. They deleted it. They removed it. I could have saved a bunch of information and data from it, but I don't care. Burn it. Burn it. Delete all of those memories. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't need all that. I don't need all that shit, you know? I don't need it. I got the now. I'm not someone who likes to look back that much unless it's like on cool shit, like the Ginger memes and stuff or whatever. Like that's cool. But I'm not someone who likes to reminisce too much. Like Skype or like MySpace or MSN. Like I like the memory of using it, but I don't like specific memories necessarily. I don't like to get into the weeds of it. You know? But Skype was cool. MSN Messenger was amazing. Skype and all that was dope as shit, you know? That was dope as shit. But I'm like, oh, so whatever. When Discord came around, I was on Discord like a year after it came out. Like it was like not really fully blown up yet, but it was starting to catch on. I joined as soon as I got on Discord. I was like, Slayer! To reference South Park. Slayer! It's when Randy joins the boy band. Y'all know what I'm talking about? When Stan's dad was in a boy band back in the day, when they're trying to do finger bang, and then like he's having the memories of like everyone leaving him, like he gets all the success and he loses it all, and they're all going Slayer, Slayer. Yeah, I found Discord and I was like Slayer. I was out of there. I was fucking out of there. Tanya, I often miss the ability to vibrate someone's screen when they didn't reply. Was that on Skype? Oh, Aubrey's in the chat. Let me see. Aubrey, hey, that's where we first... Oh, I have it on top. Let me change it to live messages. Live chat. There we go. Hey, I added you on Skype back in RuneScape days. Do you remember me? What, Aubrey? What are you talking about? I met Aubrey in 2010 when I first went viral. Aubrey was a fan of mine, for real, and she slid into my DMs on YouTube. True story. Back in the day, YouTube had an inbox, and maybe I can find an image of what it looked like for all you youngsters on here. Yeah, here we go. This is what it looked like. So this is what it looked like on YouTube back in the day. You had your, here, can I move my camera for a second? Your YouTube icon, your video, blah, blah. And you could check your inbox. You would click your inbox. This is from 2010, this image, I guess. And you would go here, and I had a message. And that was, where I first talked to Aubrey for the very first time. I got a text from her, and she added me on Skype, and Yeah, I was 17. She was, I think, 14 or 15, and I was like, I had just turned 17. Like 2-3 months prior, because remember, I had just went viral, and I turned 17 October 30th, and this was January of 2010. So I was like 17 and 2 months or 3 months, old. Anyway, and I added her, and I didn't know how old she was at the time. Cancel him, he's a groomer. No, not at all. Not at all. And we were just like passive friends. I added her on Skype, and she was goofy, and I thought she was cool. I thought it was cool that a redhead wanted to be friends with me, because I was, of course, redhead. Let's go redheads, especially young Copper. I mean, forget about, well, current Copper too. I'm not old, but I'm like, I'm a young man still. But yeah, I'm definitely like with Neo Kel. I'm still ginger. Let's go gingers, if not more so, really. I'm even more of a ginger supremacist these days, I suppose. But back then I was still as well, and maybe less militant. But I was like, fuck yeah, cool, redhead and a girl, redhead chick, Anyway, I had her on Skype. I thought she was cool. We remained just passive friends over the years. Now going on 16 years, and yeah, this is really it. Every now and then I might call her into a group chat on Skype and like have her hang out with us while we were doing like prank calls or something, or like my RuneScape friends and shit. And she played RuneScape as well, and I played RuneScape growing up, so that was another thing we had in common. And we weren't like really best friends or anything. We were just kind of like passive friends. Like when I added her on Skype, I just was like, cool, and we talked on like camera a couple times. I said, hey, and that was really it. Nothing like, obviously nothing weird, but like, nothing really goofy. It was just like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, it's cool. That's cool. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. And it was kind of like that at first for a while, and then we got closer and closer as the years went on. But we weren't like best friends out the gate. It was really like she was a fan of mine, and I added her, and I thought, oh, you're a redhead, of course I'll add you, of course, my fellow ginger sister. And that's where the sister thing came along. I just called her my sister. I didn't have a sister in real life. I didn't really have siblings, and so that's where that came from. And so and everyone just assumed she was my sister because we're both redheaded. Because people are racist and they think that we're all related. And so she had been my sister for like decades. Well, a decade. Over a decade, actually. She was my sister as far as everyone was concerned. And everyone thought she was my sister. Everyone thought for over a decade. It wasn't like a troll or a lie. It was just a joke that kind of took on a life of its own. And I was like not going to say that it wasn't a joke. Like, why would you do that? Why would you spoil the joke? I wasn't trolling. That wasn't like one of my greatest trolls. I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll. It was just a joke. Not everything is a troll. Okay, it's just a joke. And it's an inside joke that I didn't tell anyone the punchline to. And then she was my sister for a long time. And then, of course, I ended up, developing a crush on her. I thought she was very beautiful and attractive. Very attractive. And a redhead, which is nice. I always wanted to date a redhead. Because, of course, it's me. Why wouldn't I? And I've had chances with other redheads, but they didn't click with me. Like, of course, other redheaded girls had hit me up in the past and things like that. You have pretty eyes. Oh, I love your blue eye, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I've had many comments. I've had more chances than you guys may realize. The whole YouTube thing is crazy. But I'm just not like a whore. I'm not a slut. So, and I'm certainly not timid. I have plenty of confidence. And that, by the way, didn't help. I mean, my ego, So, yeah. And that remains. I've got a very healthy ego. It's very hard to dent my ego or dent my armor. People try, oh, you're this, or oh, you're that, or you're not this. Like, I don't care. Whatever. From my perspective, you can't, I don't take criticism from people I wouldn't seek advice from. But anyway, yeah, so she was cool. During the Hollywood Hillbillies era in LA, I talked to her a few times on camera. She was in college or something like that, or Yeah, college. Yeah. Yeah. I think she had just entered college. Yeah, she did. She was just entering college, and I was 20, 21, and this is like 4 or 5 years later, and we had been friends, and we really clicked around that time as well, and we Skyped a few times, and more years went by. She ended up following me to Discord. We really, really hit it off on Discord. That was when our friendship really blossomed, and like we got a lot closer. Was like during early years Discord, and early, and then I had a big crush on her, and I hated her ex boyfriends. I was always just so ugh.
Cameron.
I just thought her boyfriends were such like the different boyfriends. Like I think it was like just two or maybe one. I thought he was the biggest douchebag. Truthfully, and I swear, and I really mean this. I swear, I lack the ability to be jealous. I do not feel jealousy when it comes to money or inanimate objects or wealth or success or like whatever you want to call, because success is different for what I might deem success, you might not deem successful. What is success, and what makes you happy? I don't get jealous of people. If someone's thriving and they're happy, I'm happy for them. I'm not like bitter or like, oh, I want that. I've never felt envious. I feel like I'm a little bit of a sociopath, but like not in like a psycho, but like in that I feel like I legitimately, like scientifically, like like I lack a part of, like, I don't know if it's not the brain, but like I lack the ability to get envy, like real envy. I don't feel envious of people. You could be a billionaire, and I just don't care. Like, I really don't care. I'm so comfortable in my own skin. And again, I think that helps with my ego. Like, I just don't care. Someone can be the biggest flexer. Rolex is this and that. I'm like, these are just things, bro. Like, you and I aren't going to be here in 100 fucking years. Like, whatever, dude. What matters is if you're happy. That kind of shit doesn't make me happy. Having a watch won't make me happy. During the LA era, I was getting paid hundreds of thousands. Like, I think I got paid like $400,000 or $500,000 for Hollywood Hillbillies 2 and 3, seasons 2 and 3, and I was just miserable. I was miserable in LA. I had all this money. I had this big, I didn't own the house, but we had this huge house. It was all just tons of it just being thrown at me, and my friends weren't there. Tyler and my friends from home in Georgia. And I felt so alone. I felt so lonely. And I would throw parties. I would fly my friends out. I've got pictures on Facebook. I can pull them up on right now. Huge parties. I've got pictures of them. Mansion parties. And I would just get too drunk, and I would just go crash. Women throwing themselves at me, wanting to get into bed with me. And you know what I chose to do? Get on Duolingo and just read different languages and study, while they were literally trying to get with me. I just didn't find any of it to my liking. That whole lifestyle was awful. And so the whole celebrity thing of like what you might imagine is so unappealing to me personally. Some people might live for that. And if they get that, good for them, as long as they don't hurt people trying to get it. But like, I just kind of fell into it by happenstance of becoming a meme and all that, and videos and went viral. And it just isn't for me. So, like, I was cool and all that, but like I was friends with Aubrey during all that, and the years went on, and I finally felt like when I was in England, I felt like I could really just tell her how I felt, because it was almost like a thing where like I didn't want to ruin that friendship because we were really close, over the years. But I was just like, when I was in England, I said, I really told myself this, and I really mean this too. I'm gonna ask Aubrey out. I was living in Bristol for like 4 months, and I said to myself, I'm gonna ask Aubrey, basically to be my girlfriend. I'm gonna tell her that I like her. I really feel like I felt this way a long time about her, and because I got on dates in England too. I'd never told anyone this, but I'm telling you all this for the first time ever. I did go on some dates in the UK with girls, multiple. Yeah. But I was just like, okay, I can do the UK thing. And I was like, I'm going to ask her out, and if she says no, I'm going to move to the UK. That was just like young male brain, like lizard brain. I'm going to ask Aubrey out, and if she says no and it falls apart, I don't care, because I'm in such a good place. I was in the best shape of my life, physically. I was in great shape. Great fucking shape. I yearn to get back to that shape. I yearn! Not enough, though, because I had a Chipotle burrito today. But, yeah, I yearn to get back there. But I was in a great headspace mentally. Physically, I looked amazing. I felt great. I was going on dates. I had a great friendship with Cameron. And I was loving England and that culture and Bristol and the Yorkshire puddings, and I just loved it. I was in such a great place in my life that I felt like I could do that. I could take that leap. I could ask Aubrey to do this. I could ask her how she felt and tell her how I felt. And I could be vulnerable. I felt like I was in such a good place that I could afford to be vulnerable. Because say if things didn't go well with that vulnerability, I wouldn't be as dented. I'd be okay. Because I was in the UK and I was in a great place in life, and again, I didn't even feel that strongly when I was in a mansion in LA with $500,000 in my account, okay, in my ATM. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, that's like, I couldn't tell her then. She was in college anyway. I didn't want to distract her, but I was like, fuck it, we ball, and I told her. And I was like, if she says no, I said this to myself. I didn't tell her that. But I was like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going to ask her out. And if she said yes, then I'm leaving the next day. And she said yes. And within the week, I was back in America. I was out there for 4 months. After she said, yeah, I'll date you. Like, yeah, let's try it. Let's go for it. If you're being for real, I'll date you. Fuck it. Come see me. And I was like, see ya! Like I said to Skype when I left to go to Discord. I said that to the UK. To the entire European continent. I was like, been fun? Gotta run. I got other things to do. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm out. I love England. I cannot emphasize this enough. I don't know if Aubrey will ever truly appreciate how much I love her in the way that I was so fast and so quick, and I still feel this way. And I would still, if it was like, you can move to England right now, but you have to leave Aubrey in America, I wouldn't fucking go. I wouldn't hesitate. I'd be like, Aubrey, within a second. They gave me that option 100 times over. 100 times out of 100 times, I'm picking Aubrey over living anywhere in the world. If Aubrey's not with me, it's not home. If I don't have my wife, if I don't have the love of my life, I don't want to be there. And I want that for all of you. I really do. Even my haters. I want all of you to feel that way about somebody one day and like actually get them and like have them in your life. That's an incredible feeling. And it's not, and again, I'm not selfish with that kind of love. I want everyone to feel that kind of love. Because, I had unconditional, like Meemaw loved me unconditionally. This is a different kind of love. Aubrey and I, obviously romantic. But like, having truly unconditional love is nice from a person that you're not blood related to. If you find a really true best friend, then awesome. And I think it's fantastic when you get to date them. So I found that with Aubrey. And so I just don't want to be in England if she's not there with me. And so I really loved England. It really was like, oh, man. But I got to go. I feel like in my life I've had several instances that I can, like, to the wire, pinpoint. Like, this was a fork in the road for me. And, like, if the multiverse and, like, different universes exist, there's a universe where I didn't leave England. There's a universe where I didn't upload that video. There's a universe where I didn't, like the Ginger video. There's, like, I didn't do this. I didn't go to Do and Tosh and TV show and all that. Like, there's, like, different... I can distinctly point out different, on my personal journey, points that took me in a completely different direction. When I uploaded my Ginger video is an obvious one, but also when I left England to go and be with Aubrey, obviously a completely different sent me on a completely different trajectory. Flyover state, Kansas, settling down, redheaded, beautiful wife, kids. It's like a whole different lifestyle than what might have been in England. Who knows? So, but I don't regret a single bit of it. I would pick Aubrey every time. They say, you live in England in 2025. You've been doing streams and videos with Cameron professionally for 5 years. You're now the #1 streamer in the world alongside Speed, because now Cameron follows you around every single day with live streaming because he's a tech guy, and he loved doing that shit for me. He's the one who started the streaming. All this is set up. He set all of this up. But if I was out there and I lived in the UK, he's a bachelor. We're like tech. We're a dynamic. Cameron and I are a dynamic duo when it comes to content. We would have been streaming every day, IRL streaming. And Cameron is the kind that always wants me to grow. He pushes me more than I'll push myself to grow like my channel and do videos. All those European vlogs would not have happened had he not pushed every single one of them. I was a reluctant participant, and but people love to watch me, but I don't like to be watched sometimes. And I will, for some reason, just give in when it comes to making videos, even though I don't want to. Cameron has always been able to push me, and I don't give in. I'm not weak. I don't give in. But, like, he's able to get me to make more videos than I want to make. So, I mean, he could have pushed me to being, like, the #1 streamer in the IRL streaming, like going downtown London, getting into whole, fights and all kinds of, so that would have been a whole different trajectory. It might not have happened that way, but I'm saying that's just one, and I haven't even given that any thought. I'm just making this up on the spot, but that's one option, like one route that could have happened. But I chose to go back to America and be with Aubrey, and I'm glad I did, because now we're married. Amazing wife. We have our fights, but it's not that often, and it's like normal. And yeah, we don't really go to bed angry. We're always happy, like, with each other. Like, we have our issues, but everyone does. And so yeah, we don't have our issues. I'm saying we've had fights or like disagreements and stuff, but like that's just when you live with someone, you're a couple, it happens. Yeah, disagreements is all. And so, but we agree on a lot of fun, on certain things, and we click really well. We just click really well. We are so good with each other. Yeah, we agree all the time. Yeah, we're just so good. We really have a good situation. A really good situation. I can't say that enough. It's fantastic. Disposable Cowboy super chatted too and said legend. That's kind of you. Ethan Co-Entertainment. Hi Copper, can you please show my page in the big book? No. The Phobos 100 has been a member for 32 months in a row. What do you think you would have done if not for YouTube? I would have been into branding and marketing. I would have either been in microbiology, but probably not. One of the first things I really wanted to be was a microbiologist. And then I wanted to be a lawyer. I like to argue, and I like to be loud, as everyone knows. And I'm animated, and I'm good at talking, and it's hard to get me to shut up. I'd be a great lawyer. But I like to fight for people. Social justice, I also wanted to be, but I think music and branding. Obviously I want to be a musician, like Copper, like the music on Spotify, but like I do it because I love it. I don't do it to be famous. I've already had plenty of fame. I do music because I really do love music. Like, I love music. I love making music, and so does millions, if not billions, of other people. I'm not like saying I'm some, I'm so unique for loving to make music. A lot of people like to make music. I think that's part of being human, is liking to make things. I think within each and every one of us there is an artist. Every single one of us. The artistic spirit is what you might call it. And I just express my art. I'm an artist. That's what I do. That's really, if people ask me what I do, I'm an artist. multimedia artist. I work with different mediums across painting canvases, making YouTube videos, doing television in the past, making music, Blender, and working with things like Unity now. I mean, I'm making a 3D. I've actually started my first world from scratch for VR. I just love to make things. Emojis, you know. Now they've got like almost 2 million downloads in the last 2 months and a half. So that's been really successful, but that's, again, it's just a hobby. I just like to make things. But if I wasn't really an artist, you know, YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, I would probably I would work with branding. So it'd still be art related. Something art related. I love doing logo design. I love logo design. I love coming up with brands and titles and I do it just passively. I don't even think about it. No AI at all. I don't like to use AI. Typically, I'll use it for like things, but like I'm like this was nothing. I wasn't even trying, and I'm not saying this is anything special, but like it's just like instead of some people will just scroll on TikTok when they're bored. I will literally get out an art app. It's just a part of how I just am doing all this. I'm doing stuff all the time, like creative stuff that a lot of people have never seen before. Like a lot of my stuff that I make, I'll never show you. I just like let it collect dust. A lot of the music I've made collects dust. I've got so much music, which apparently is very common among musicians, but I've got so much stuff that you've never heard before that I've made and worked on proper. But like the tavern, you know, spilling the tea becomes the letter T. It's a mess in general chat. I love coming up with like little catchy slogans and like puns and brands and like, you know, what if the tavern was a TV show like The Office? It's the tavern. It's a mess in general. It's a tagline. I'm just always thinking that way. So if I wasn't doing YouTube, to answer your question, Phobos, I'd probably work in branding and marketing. Like, you know, I guess I've never watched the show, so maybe this isn't a good analogy, but like the show Mad Men, they work with like marketing and branding. I guess I don't really know. I've never watched Mad Men, but seems like a show I should watch. There was one clip from it. I want to play it. So it's a minute long. Check this out. Like it's hard. It might seem stupid to some of you, but this is like something I'd be passionate about. I'm not kidding. I get off on shit like this. I should watch this show. I've never seen it before, but I've seen this clip.
It's simple, and it's tantalizingly incomplete. What's missing? One thing. Pass the Heinz.
You mean the Heinz ketchup?
It's Heinz. It only means one thing.
It feels like half an ad.
The greatest thing you have working for you is not the photo you take or the picture you paint.
It's fantastic. This is amazing.
Imagination of the consumer.
Cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cock.
They have no time limit. And if you can get into that space, your ad can run all day.
They don't get it. They don't get it. They're so stupid.
Well, Pete, you said I'd say it. It's pretty bold work. I think I still want to see our bottle.
I thought that at first too, but if you
we
really
will test it both ways.
It's a testament to ketchup that there can be no confusion.
Let me chew on it, fellas.
You're so goofy. When you make it a thing where the name of your brand becomes synonymous with that thing, it's like a jacuzzi for a hot tub. I love chilling in a jacuzzi. I say jacuzzi, you think of a hot tub. Jacuzzi is a brand. Jacuzzi is not it's not a jacuzzi, it's a hot tub. You know, it's a hot tub. Kleenex, exactly. Yeah, I need a Kleenex. No, it's a fucking tissue. But when you make your brand become truly synonymous with an everyday object, like a Kleenex, a tissue paper, like that's so good. Because then I love that. I love that. So if I didn't do YouTube, I would want to work in branding and marketing. I really would. I would wake up every day feeling excited about what I did for a living. I would love that. The psychology, the human psychology, marketing to people, making them feel like a feeling when they bought something, they felt good about it, like something exciting, and like maybe that, you know, with art, I like making people feel things, angry, laughing, you know, interested. I like that. I like logo design and all that. Like Cozy Coral, I did that on a whim. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to make this my logo, my brand, outside of CopperCab, Cozy Coral. And I got the website and all that. And I was like, I'm going to make it a coral that says cozy in it. Like, make it real simple. I love shit like that, man. Like, oh, imagine being the woman that made the Nike swoosh. Imagine that. Oh, man. And a logo is not iconic until you make it iconic. Like, if Cozy Coral were to take off outside of CopperCab and became a successful thing, then it would become iconic. But it's not iconic. You know, a logo is just a logo. It's just a picture. And a brand is not a logo. A brand is the feeling you feel when you think of that thing. So the CopperCab brand, to many of you, might be one of chaos or trolling, you know, because of the Discord server and all the trolls on my channel. Not that I'm a troll, but these are trolls that watch me, a lot of them.
This is my happy song. I like to sing it all day long. I'll teach you the words, then you can sing along.
Some Zone Cat, I like writing scripts and stories and making cringe videos like this. Well, you certainly are fucking cringe, Some Zone Cat.
Understand first.
3.5 minutes. I'm telling you what. I'm going to press play. And if there is more than 30 seconds of AI, this is Redland, game video clip. The choice is yours. Okay. I'm going to press play. And if there is more than a half of a minute that is clearly AI, this is slop, and it is shit. Captain Basepants, insane that Elon chose to change a tweet into a post. CBP, I could not agree more. I could not. That was, okay, I just want to say something because this has got me, hold on. I have to say this now. This is it's got nothing to do with politics. As someone who's a branding, marketing, like icon, like that kind of stuff kind of guy. Wow. When Elon changed it from Twitter to fucking X and changed it from tweets and tweeting to posting and posts, like a fucking Facebook post, it was... That is so stupid. Like, dude. And he you know, he's not like, he buys company. You know, Elon bought Tesla. You know, he's been always obsessed with this X thing since he was young. He's like a nerd. He is genuinely a nerd with way too much money. And I'm not mad at the having money part. Cool. If he wants to get to Mars, cool. I fuck with that. Politics aside, I think it's cool. But, like, I still call it Twitter, along with many other people. It's still Twitter.com. I still, like, the bird is so cool. The tweet. I'm tweeting something. The brand awareness, the iconography. It's part of pop culture. It was its own YouTube thing. YouTube was the play button. Twitter was the bird, that blue bird. Twitter was blue. YouTube was red. Twitter had that light blue color down pat. You had a whole, like a certain shade of blue that people, that's Twitter. Red, that's YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you had something. You had something really cool. That brand identity was so cool. And it was fun. And Elon's just a fucking idiot when it comes to things like that. Because he's never made a social media platform. He bought one. Because he liked Twitter a lot. And he was like sick of the stupid shit. So he was like, I'm going to just buy it. And he bought it. And he like wants to make it an everything platform. I feel like Waymo or some shit like in China. I can't think of the app. But like what? Like X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like what, bro? What? Anyway. I agree, Captain Base Pants. Like, he shouldn't have changed the name. That was so stupid. Rose Chloe Amberlin donated 5 super chat. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. Very, very generous of you. I'm watching Mad Men. You'd hate some of the characters in it. A lot of them are misogynist. Makes sense though, since it's the 60s. Sadly, yeah, the 60s were kind of tough with women, for women in the workforce. Yeah. The 60s. I mean, that's kind of like Ron Burgundy, right? But Ron, where is Ron from? What era is that? Is he meant to be 80s? Or he's like a dinosaur of the 70s? I think it's 70s. I think that's the 70s is Ron Burgundy. I think. Dude, you know what would be really... Oh my gosh. You know what would be really cool? How has this not happened? Wait, I don't think it is the 70s. When does Anchorman take place? I just thought of something really cool. I don't know how they haven't done this yet. Anchorman. Year setting. Anchorman takes place in 1975, San Diego. In California in the 70s. Guys, why haven't they done that? I know you might roll your eyes and be like, this is so stupid. But, like, you know what? Why would they not have Austin Powers encounter, even if it's just for a moment, like a cameo, Ron Burgundy? Ron Burgundy meeting Austin Powers. 70s comedy parody, kind of cultural parody icons. Ron Burgundy is an anchorman. Maybe he reports on Dr. Evil. Like something I know it might at face value like right off oh, that's stupid. That could be really crazy. Even if it's just like a small cameo. I wonder if they're owned by the same studio, parent studio or company. I wonder if it's like, you know, that'd be so fucking cool. Because they both are like 60s and 70s. I know Austin Powers is the 60s. But I think he goes to the 70s and he's a time traveler. He would fit in. Anchorman, Ron Burgundy would fit in. You got the spy and you got the Anchorman. That'd be cool as shit. That'd be cool as shit. That would probably put some asses in seats if you said, hey, we're going to bring back Austin Powers. And you know, everyone's wanted one of those for a long time. And just as like a short little cameo, having Ron Burgundy somewhere. Maybe he's like a lounge singer or something. I don't fucking know. That'd be cool. Okay. Let's play this bullshit. Fucking A. But yeah, I appreciate you again, Rose. It was very kind of you.
First, that there are...
Okay, this is from Some Zone Cat. Hopefully there's not any AI.
Understand first that there are infinite realities, limitless dimensions,
AI,
and eternal forms. An eternal battle
AI
between light and darkness, forever raging. I have always been here,
AI.
long before your dimension was formed. The first of my kind discovered the book. Throughout endless time and form, my kind has prepared, training guardians of the secret power, discovering powers and forces of both good and evil, mastering the mystic arts. We covertly aided you. Unlocking treasures of lore, guiding your incarnations to prepare you for what's coming.
AI, man.
The Toaster Borg has plundered 1 billion worlds. The Ginger Women taken. Harvested for their blood. I have assisted your warriors and governments. Watching your world, hoping for a champion. For I am not the nemesis you seek. I am your greatest ally. In every universe, a ginger is chosen. Are you that champion? Do you have the strength? The courage? Will you save her? Will you find the Book of Legends? Will you free your people? Will you save the Queen? The choice is yours. The Book of Legends. Save the Queen. The choice is yours.
It was entirely AI. Redland. Redland is a thing. Like, look, AI can be a cool tool to use creatively. You can use AI for many things, but like, you just shouldn't rely on it. You shouldn't like, lean too heavily on it as like a crutch. Like, personally, can I just be honest with you? I would have found it cooler. It would still annoy me, but like, I would have found it cooler if you had drawn each thing on paper. Even if they were shit drawings. If anything, people would probably find that funny. Like, you know, like Chris Chan drawings. But like, if you just drew each thing on paper and you told the story of like your game or the idea you have for a game and told it by doing slides of paper and just narrated it, like, then you got physical paper that you drew. You drew that. You could save those. You can put them somewhere in a folder. And that's like a memory. That's a physical, tangible object you can hold that you drew, that you made from that funny moment you had on a stream many years ago, like one day. You're like, oh, that reminds me of the copper. This is like, you just make, you bet you make it, and it's like, like, you know, maybe you edited it some. That's cool. And you're like doing, you're like, you know, kind of piecing together these pieces of AI footage, but that you have the right prompts for. I think it takes a little bit of effort, but like, you know, overall, I don't know, man. I'm just not, like, I'm not trying to shit on any kind of creativity, but the AI thing is just, I thought AI was so cool at first, but I got fatigued really quickly. You know, I don't care how easy it can make certain things. Like, I don't care. I think art, I don't know. I like to know the effort was put in and like people like worked on something. I don't know. It just feels cheap and sloppy. Like, yeah. Slop is a great word for AI. It is. It's slop. AI is just slop. Music, I can just tell it's AI. It's slop. Footage, yeah. Ugh. But it's you know what? It's not going to stop though. That's the thing you got to accept, everyone. Is that this is going to continue to grow, and AI is going to become more and more and more and more and more and more advanced every single day. It's the worst right now it'll ever be. It will never get worse. It will only get better from here. AI, as far as advancing, it's not gonna it's not gonna go backwards, and eventually it'll be so advanced that you'll be like not able to tell. You know, obviously that'll happen at some point, I'm sure. And I think that there can be cool things that you can use with AI. For example, just off the top of the dome. There's a really cool Star Wars comic book that's canon. Disney said, "Oh, this is canon, guys," if they don't sell the IP by this time, because they have done a horrible job at handling Star Wars, as I'm sure many of you will probably agree with me on that. But say they still have it and blah, blah, blah. They make some canon. There's been some Vader visual graphic novels. They're fucking comics. I don't know what graphic novel. It's a fucking comic. But you know what you could do is you take all the pages from that graphic novel and you run it through AI and you say, make this into a movie. And give it the voice of James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, and you know, make it blah, blah, blah. And, oh, I don't like that one scene. Can you change that? You know, one day it might be like that, where it's like you can kind of decide what is canon to you as far as Star Wars goes. You can make your own Star Wars movie, you know. Eventually, it'll probably be that way, and probably sooner than later. You know, it's going to democratize a lot as far as like, oh, I hate the sequel trilogy. I wanted to see Han, Luke, and Leia, blah, blah, and then I wanted that. Okay, well, you know what? You can have your own little Star Wars universe where you're in it, and you can be a main character in it. You can put CopperCab as a Sith Lord in there, Darth Copper, and you know you're going to be a Jedi, and you're going to wield a class clown guild lightsaber with a clown on it. Like one day you'll be able, it'll look really good. One day, you know, it'll be like very fine tuned. AI will, and it'll look like a proper. Oh, well, you know, I want to see this whole scene. Make it into an anime now. And it just does it. Like, one day, you'll probably have that. Probably one day soon. And, like, when I say soon, I mean next 10, 15 years. So, it's like, that's crazy. So, AI can be cool. But I think ultimately it's going to be damaging to people in some ways. Also, I would tell young people to look at trade jobs. I would say become a mechanic, become an electrician, become a plumber. I think becoming a plumber, there's no shame in being a plumber. There's no shame in being someone who works in sanitary work. I think that we should glorify these people, if anything, because they keep our cities and our environment, you know, clean. Like, they keep things functioning. I think that we should make sanitary. I think that trash men and trash women should be like not seen as like a menial, like some bullshit job. Like, oh, you're a loser. You work for a trash company. That should not be their literal job is taking the trash away and helping you to keep your home clean. If you use your trash and your recycle, like, that's a nice thing. I think more people should be like excited about these kinds of jobs. Not everyone should be a streamer or a YouTuber or a TV show guy or a movie star or a rock star. You know what I mean? We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need, you know, sanitary workers. We need teachers. We need these kinds of things. I do think AI will probably replace some teaching things, but I think that people will still want to be taught by a human teacher. But I think AI, it'll end up being like this not perfected, but like, imagine having a personal tutor that will teach you exactly what you need and will conform to your learning ability and what you need. And like, oh, well, I'm a visual learner, or can you repeat that? And that will never get tired. They'll never, you know, have to go to bed or go to, you know, teachers are human. They got to go to sleep at some point. They got to go and do their own thing, you know, and they got their own egos and also their own. A lot of people say professors in universities have their own, you know, the woke agenda, you know. Well, with an AI, you can say, I don't want any woke shit as teaching my student. Keep it completely woke friendly. Like, one day, you'll be able to have your own proper tutor for any subject. But, like, that AI is not going to go and fix your plumbing. Not yet, anyway. Like, that's, like, pretty far ahead, probably. But, like, with robots and androids. But, so I would tell young people right now to look at, like, becoming a plumber. Because you're probably going to need that. You know, I mean, those will probably end up being high-paying jobs. Look into carpentry. I think more and more people will probably want to get into, you know, like, I was talking to Cameron about this earlier. He was saying the same thing as I am right now. Like he was echoing the similar sentiment. My editor, my friend Cameron, he's like, yeah, dude, like carpentry, like woodwork. You know, I think that's gonna end up being a thing. Things might kind of flip. You know, become a doctor. Yeah. Everyone wants to be a fucking movie star. There's nothing. Like from the outside, it probably looks cool, but you're just a fucking. Who cares? Who gives a shit? The whole concept of celebrity is out of the window now. It's 2025. What is famous? What is being famous? Everyone's got their own social media platform. Everyone. The era of movie stardom and the glorification of celebrity is long over, or it's coming to it. It's not. It's different now, okay? And then with AI, you're gonna have AI models, and you're gonna have your own movie that you can make and put yourself as the star in it. What would you rather watch? That or like the new movie with Timothy Chalamet, like for the 10th time? It's gonna be a whole thing, you know. And the youth are gonna want to watch different things, and then they're gonna be spoiled. It's like, who gives a fuck if you're a celebrity, dude? No one. You know what? You know, I think it's like. Streamers have replaced rappers. The kids would probably get more excited to see Speed or Queso than they would see like Eminem. Genuinely, do you think a kid would get more excited to see Eminem or I Show Speed or like Mr. Beast? It's a different era, dude. It's a different fucking era. And honestly, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Like, the whole celebrity bullshit is like, whatever, dude. Because celebrities are controlled. Hollywood controls celebrities. They decide if you're going to be in a movie or not, the studios. You got people like Weinstein. You know, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Hollywood is bullshit. Hollywood is such fucking shit. Look at what Netflix does to all your favorite your franchises. They take him, they changed this actor. Now it's, Black Snape and all this and that. Like, whatever, dude. But, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all, Hollywood is bullshit. Look at what Disney's done to Star Wars. It's bullshit, dude. Disney is bullshit. Hollywood's bullshit. These studios are bullshit, and these celebrities are largely a bunch of, they're full of bullshit. They're full of shit. So it's like, you better wear your mask. You better get 10 vaccines. Or else, like, this celebrity knows more than a doctor or more than you. Like, bro, shut up. Anyway. So, it's like, whatever, dude. Don't worry about being a fucking famous person, okay? Everyone's famous now. Andy Warhol said many years ago, 15 minutes of fame. Social media, look what happened. MySpace celebrities, YouTube celebrities, memes. It's not that glamorous. It doesn't matter. What matters is being successful doing something that you enjoy. If you want to be a musician, don't do it for the fame. Do it because it makes you happy. Your life on earth is finite. Okay? Everyone knows this, or they should. They should know this, you know. It's important to kind of come to terms with your mortality. You're not going to be here forever, folks. So it's like, what are you really going to give a shit about? Oh, I had a viral movie or a video or a song. Or will you care about having enough money to be comfortable and live a happy, good life, fulfilling life, doing something that you enjoy, and having your family and building a family, having children that'll end up being adults and love you, hopefully, and then they'll have kids, and then they'll come see you every holiday, and you're going to have a great holiday. You get to get your grandkids presents one day, and you're going to feel so good watching your granddaughter grow. And like you'll live vicariously through them in a way, not like in a toxic way, but like you'll be like, oh, I remember the first time I drove my car for the first time, or I drove a car. Or I remember my first girlfriend. And then you see your son have his first girlfriend, and you get to take him to see her, and you drop him off at his friend's house, and you get to kind of experience high school through your kid again as they grow up, and you get to see them off to college. Like that is good. Scrolling on TikTok all day is bullshit. Worshipping celebrities is total bullshit. It's all bullshit. What really matters is family and friends. You know, making good memories. Faith, obviously. I'm a Christian, so accepting Christ as your Savior. That's, well, the most important thing to me. But you know, and like having faith, having friends, having family, having food, good food. And so all this other stuff is just noise, trying to pull you away from what should really matter. They're all distractions. All this other stuff, the internet, the stream you're watching right now, this is just a distraction. You're probably watching this and you have something else that you really should be doing. That's much more important than watching me and listening to me talk ad nauseum for 2 hours straight. Okay, you really shouldn't be watching me. You really should just be watching yourself and focusing on what you should do, what you want to do, and achieving your goals. I'm just a distraction for some of you maybe. But maybe for others, I'm teaching you. Maybe right now you needed to hear this. But I'm not just a distraction. Like, I'm not being demeaning to myself. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you got to have entertainment. You got to have education. You got to do that too. So maybe I'm not just a distraction. But yeah. So it's like, but you know what I mean though? Like you got other things you can be doing. So I'm very honored and I'm appreciative that you choose to spend your time hanging out with me and watching me. I'm very grateful, hater or not. And so, but like, it's important to be humble, and it's important to remember these things, that none of this stuff here matters. What matters is your family and your friends and love and making good memories, so that when you're 90 years old and you're not able to go parasailing, you're not able to climb a mountain, you can say to yourself, well, I'm glad I climbed that mountain. I'm glad I didn't spend all day on my phone, and I actually went out and I discovered a new part of my own hometown I'd never even been to. I went to that one restaurant I'd never even cared about going to. I tried something different. I made a memory. I went parasailing while I was young before my legs gave out. Like, one day, you're not going to fucking be able to go. Well, I hope that day never comes. But I'm saying, like, one day, you know what I mean? Your health isn't going to keep getting better. Your health will only deteriorate as you age. We are here for a finite amount of time. It's hard to feel that way, or hard to think this way, because, like, we're all young. I'm a young man, 33. I just turned 33. Like, I'm a young guy. I'm still kind of in my physical prime, even though I'm not in great shape, but, like, age-wise. And so it's hard for me to kind of, but I'm at an age point right now where I know that I'm not a baby anymore. I'm not like a kid, and I'm not a teenager. I'm not even in my 20s. Like, I'm just out of my 20s, really. But I'm also not, like, in my 40s or 50s or 60s or 70s, obviously. So I'm a millennial. I'm a zillennial, Z, because, like, 92 cusper. But, like, I recognize that, it's like I've kind of come to terms with my mortality, and I know that, like, age doesn't stop. You know what I mean? There's no way off this ride, like that. So you got to just take advantage of the time you have and your youth and your And so this is good to remember. It's really good to remember. Kids don't realize it. Even a lot of adults maybe don't realize it. Unfortunately, but so don't waste so much time. Don't waste so much time. It's good to do things, even if it's like playing games. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't spend all day playing that game." Look, if playing that game makes you happy and you're making memories with friends online on, like, RuneScape or World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 or VR, fuck yeah, that's a memory. And if it makes you happy, cool. But, like, it is good to go out there and, like, push yourself to do things like go hiking, Even if you hate it, at least you did it, and you might end up enjoying it. Go bicycling, get a skateboard. If you never skateboarded, learn how to skateboard. Download Duolingo, learn a fucking language, learn a second language. Language is so important. It's so important. Language changes a lot. I don't think people realize how important language is for a culture. It's crazy. But it kind of changes your perspective in some ways. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to hop off here. Hope you guys have a great night. It's 10 p.m. I enjoyed chatting with you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? I know tomorrow's will be a Monday, but I haven't done my proper classes, and I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like I want to stream on Mondays lately. I don't know why. Maybe we'll do some... Maybe we'll catch up with Joe or someone. And we'll do that. But, yeah. Take care. What's up, guys?